There's so much for everybody to do at Miss Kissinger's Corner. Hi everyone, I'm so happy to see you again. I need to get myself set up, and maybe you do too, so sing and set up with me. Hello everybody, I'm happy to see you. Find a spot, it's the first thing to do. Take some deep breaths to calm your mind. This way you'll be ready to learn and be kind. Put on a smile, no need to be stressed. It's important to feel good and do your best. Time to get started now. Where is my chair? It really was just over there. Hands in your lap and a smile on your face. Time to spread joy all over the place. There's so much for everybody to do. There's so much for everybody to la learn. There's so much for everybody to do at Miss Kissinger's Corner. I love to start every day with a song and a little dance. This one's one of my favorites. So stand on up and come join me. Nobody gets enough hugs a day, 'cause the minimum number is 4. Now if you haven't got 4 hugs today, then you better get some more. 4 hugs a day, that's the minimum. 4 hugs a day, not the maximum. 4 hugs a day, that's the minimum. 4 hugs a day, not the maximum. 4 hugs a day, that's the minimum. Let me hear you. 4 hugs a day, not the maximum. 4 hugs a day, that's the minimum. 4 hugs a day, not the maximum. Step 1, look them right in the eye. Step 2, nose to nose. Step 3, reach your arm. Step 4, you can't do any harm with 4 hugs a day. That's the minimum. 4 hugs a day, not the maximum. 4 hugs a day, that's the minimum. 4 hugs a day, not the maximum. Ooh, can you make your hands look just like mine? I go me, pat. And I always love to do it just with a smile to kind of get our day started right. Now this part you have to sing from your heart. Don't forget your mama and papa, your grandma and your grandpa, and all your friends too. Brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles. And don't forget your teachers too. We need 1, 2, 3, and 4. We need 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sing it with me. 4 hugs a day, that's the minimum. 4 hugs a day, not the maximum. 4 hugs a day. Great job. That's the minimum. 4 hugs a day, not the maximum. Don't forget you gotta give 4 hugs today. Oh, I love that song. Do you remember my friend from the last video? Tom? Well, he said he has something else to tell me today. All right, Tom, what is it? You wrote us a message? You hid it in a box? You are so funny. He said he wants all of his friends to read it. Tom is always being silly and leaving me things. Okay, Tom, what box? On my shelf? Same one? He said it's the same one. I wonder what he left us. All right, let's see what Tom left us. Probably something good. Well, I see he left us a morning message, but he also left us what shape is this? Who said circle? Not a circle. A square, not a square. This is a 3D shape. Not a sphere. Cylinder, you're right. This is a cylinder. You know, Miss Kissinger always forgets her 3D shapes. That's why Tom is always trying to remind me. Okay, now back to the morning message. Let's see what he said. Let's read this morning message from Tom. He says, Hello, friends! Do you know how to wait your turn? Love, Tom. You know what, Tom? I really like the way you underlined, and I call this buttering up, your high frequency words. Now he says, do you know how to wait your turn? Think for a second. Do you know how to wait your turn? We're going to talk about that later in a story I have for you, but I want you to be thinking about it in your brain. Do you know how to wait your turn, Tom? He says he's not very good at it. But he's still learning. Waiting your turn is really hard. I agree, but I have some tips and tricks that can help you and Tom. You know what I really feel like doing right now is having a dance break. Hello? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I know it's important. Oh, I know it's fun. I was just about to have a dance break. Okay, I'll do that first and then the dance break. Thanks for the reminder. Bye. Looks like we need to practice our alphabet letters and sounds. Silly Miss Kissinger, why are you always forgetting? Let's do that first and then we'll have a dance break. A, apple. B, bat. C, camel. D, dolphin. E, egg. F, fire. G, guitar. H, hippo. I, insect. J, jump rope. K, koala. L, lemon. M, map. N, nest. O, octopus. P, piano. Q, queen. R, rose. S, sun. T, turtle. U, umbrella. V, volcano. W, window. X, box. Y, yo-yo. Z, zipper. Ta-da! We did it! Now it's time for a dance break! Awesome! All right, let's have a little bit of a dance break. All you have to do on this one is just listen and move. All right, remember, all you have to do is just listen and move, and we're gonna bop until we drop. Just get your wiggles out. Use this time to just dance. All right, now we're gonna bounce. Bounce. Just bounce. Just bend your knees. Bounce. Bounce. All right, bop, and then we drop. Drop. Stay down. Oh, reach. All the way to the sky. Reach your hands as high as you can. All right, what's it gonna tell us to do?
Float. Now float.
Oh, you're just like as
like
light
a
as
feather in the wind. Float.
I like your floating.
Go high
Nice job.
and low. Go with the flow.
Just float.
Bop until you drop.
All the way down. Woo. As small as you can be. Reach. Oh, nice big stretch. Oh, awesome job. Jiggle. Okay, get all your jiggles out. Jiggle your arms, your shoulders. Jiggle your nose. Jiggle. Bop. And now drop. Don't let anyone hear you. Time to stand up. Reach. Nice job.
Slow motion.
As slow as you can go.
Slow motion. Under the ocean. Moving slow motion. Just like outer space. A slow and steady pace. Until
Oh, nice job. Reach. Spin. Now that sounds fun, but we're not going to spin in circles. I want you to take your hands and spin them as fast as you can. Spin. Oh, nice job. Okay, now freeze. Take your hands, spin them the other way. Bop until you drop. And that's the end. Awesome. All right, our next activity is our high frequency words. So there's a couple things that I'd like you to get before we start. You need a red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple crayon, a pencil to write with, and some paper, and that's it. But here's the thing, that's a lot of stuff to go get. So I'm gonna put on my count to 100 song. You have all the way from number 1 all the way to 100 to get back to your spot with all those things you need. And here's the thing, I have to do it too. And my area is a mess, so I'm gonna be right there with you. Do you think we could all get there by 100? Yes, I agree. Are you ready? Here we go. All right, I need a pen, pencil, an oven mitt, definitely not.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Oh, I might need these. 31, 30. You can always count with me while you get set up. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. Something hard to write on. Need that. 41, 42, 43. Oh, my water bottle. I guess I'll take my water. 46, 47, 48.
Oh, running out of time.
50,
51, 52. That's my stapler. Don't need that. Okay, definitely need to figure out the things I do need. So I need my 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. Okay, I'm almost ready. 67, 68, 69, and 70. Okay, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, hard to write on. 79 and 80. Oh, hopefully you're almost there. 82, 83, 84, 85, 86. Remember pencil and all your crayons. 89 and 90, 91, 92, 93. Good job counting. 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Awesome. Okay, my friends, we're going to talk about 4 high frequency words today. I want you to try to read them first, and then I will. Are you ready? Here we go. First word is me. Your turn. They. Good job. Said. Awesome. Okay, last one. Want. All right, we're going to do one of my favorite activities. It's called rainbow writing. I'd like you to use a pencil. I'm going to use a black marker just so that you can see it better. I'm going to show you how to do one, and let's do it together. First word is me. Spell it and write it with me. Me is spelled M-E. Now this is where it gets really fun. We're going to rainbow write it, so we'll start with a red crayon. So just trace where you wrote with pencil. And you're going to write me is spelled M-E. And I like to say it every time to myself because then I feel like it's really going to go in my brain and stay there. So we'll get to orange. Me, M-E. Write it with orange. And this will look so much better with pencil because you'll really be able to see the rainbow. Then we'll do it with yellow. Me is spelled M-E. Me. What color is next? Red, orange, yellow, green. You're right. M-E. Then we'll go to blue. Right, M-E. Last one is purple. M-E spells me. Now here's what I want you to do. You see that little pause button down there? I want you to pause it, write all the words we went over, and at the end, it should look something like this. Me, they, said, want. So once you're done with your rainbow writing, if you feel like doing something else, you can always pick a word and put it into a sentence. I did one. It looks like this. I picked the word want, and I wrote, I want to dance today. And then I even drew a picture to match, if you want to. Speaking of dancing, we all know that's my favorite. I think it's time for another dance break. I'm so excited for this dance break. Here's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna play some music and we're gonna dance, but then when the music stops, we're gonna freeze, okay? And you have to freeze however your body is dancing. So if you're dancing and you're like, oh, you have to freeze like that. You ready? Here we go.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool.
Oh, I love your dance moves. Show me your coolest dance move.
Everything is awesome.
Oh, freeze, don't move.
We're living our dreams.
Ooh, now's our time to get your wiggles out. Oh, I love your dance moves. Don't forget to add a smile.
When we
Scared. If you know the words, I better hear you sing.
you and I
Ooh. Ooh, that was a tricky one for me.
with a dream under you.
Ooh, I just love to dance.
Money. Everything is awesome.
Everything
is cool.
trying to trick us.
Everything is awesome.
We're living our dream. Awesome. Oh. Everything's awesome. Can you see the robot?
More awesome than an awesome possum. Dip my body in chocolate frosting. 3 years later, I shot the frosting. Smelling like a blossom. Everything is awesome.
Okay, one more round. Let it all out.
Everything is better when we stick together.
Oh, that was so much fun. But sometimes after I dance and I have so much fun, it's hard for me to calm down. But something that really works is if we just take a second to just breathe. So do that with me. Find a spot. Roll your shoulders back, sit it up nice and tall. And you want to know something that really relaxes me is the sound of the ocean. It's one of my favorite things to listen to. It really makes my body feel calm and my mind feel calm. So listen to that with me. Do you hear that? Oh, it's perfect. Okay, take your hand out. Go. Da, 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 da. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Oh. Wait, up to your shoulder. Oh, nice job. Okay, now switch. Da, da, nice and slow. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Oh, up to your shoulder. Nice job. Just take it nice and slow. Take your hands together. Let's take a deep breath. Go in and out. Now this time do it even slower. Try to fill your belly all the way up with air. Ready? Here we go. Take a deep breath in. Now exhale, let it out. Now we're going to do something called a quiet count of 5. I want you to count it in your brain and go really slow and just take some time to breathe. Quiet count of 5. Ready, set, go. Now this time, let's do a quiet count of 10. Think we can do it? Quiet count of 10. Ready, set, go. Awesome. See, doesn't your body and your mind feel like relaxed and reset and ready to go? This is called My Mouth is a Volcano. My mouth is a volcano? I wonder what this could be about. Written by Julia Cook, she's the author, and it's illustrated by Carrie Hartman. It's the title page. My mouth is a volcano. My name is Louie. People say I erupt a lot. I don't think I do. I have a lot to say, and all of my words are very important to me. When other people talk, words just pop into my head. Then they slide down onto my tongue. My tummy starts to rumble, and then it starts to grumble. Oh my goodness, look at something's happening with his tummy. My words begin to wiggle and then they do the jiggle. My tongue pushes all of my important words up against my teeth and then I erupt. Words just explode out of my mouth. My mouth is a volcano. Look at, and in his mouth he's saying, "Hey guys, guess what?" In class, my teacher says that when we want to say something, we are supposed to look at her, raise our hand, and wait until she calls on us. I tried that. After I waited patiently for what seemed like 62 years, my important words slid down from my head onto my tongue. Oh no, what do you think is gonna happen? My tummy started to rumble, and then it started to grumble. My words began to wiggle, and then they did the jiggle. My tongue pushed all of my important words into my teeth, and my volcano erupted. Look at this illustration. He's saying, "Teacher, I think we should have recess all day. I'm hungry too. Can we go to lunch now?" Grumble, grumble. Do you think he was interrupting his class? I think so. My teacher was less than pleased. She erupted me right back. "I know what you are saying is very important to you, Louie, but since it is not an emergency, you'll have to wait until I call on you." It was my volcano's fault. Was the teacher very happy? Doesn't seem like it. At daycare, we were sitting on the rug listening to Miss Polly read us a story about planting trees. All of a sudden, I thought about the time my grandpa and I planted 6 trees in his front yard. My important words slid down from my head onto my tongue. My tummy started to rumble and then it started to grumble. My words began to wiggle and then they did the jiggle. My tongue pushed all of my important words into my teeth and my volcano erupted. Look at the illustration. He says, "Hey guys, once I planted zillions of trees with my grandpa and oh no, was he just totally interrupting them? Yes, he was. Uh-oh, wonder what's gonna happen next. Oh no, this is kind of sad. He says, "I got a timeout. It was my volcano's fault." During dinner, Mom and Dad were talking about paying the bills. Then I thought about my friend Bill. Bill can blow a bubble inside of a bubble when he chews 2 pieces of bubble gum. Now that is really important. My important words about Bill slid down from my head onto my tongue. Look at, he's daydreaming about his friend Bill blowing bubble gum. Oh no, what do you think is gonna happen next? I think we all know. My tummy started to rumble and then it started to grumble. My words began to wiggle and then they did the jiggle. My tongue pushed all of my very important words into my teeth and my volcano erupted. He says, "Hey Mom, Bill can blow a bubble in a bubble with his gum." "Louie," my mom said, "you interrupted again. If somebody else is talking and you don't have an emergency, you have to wait your But Mom," my words, they slide down from my head onto my tongue. Then my tummy starts to rumble. "Louie, you did it again." Oh my goodness, is he having a hard time waiting his turn? It really looks like that. That happens to me sometimes too. I wonder what will happen. I got sent into my room. She said I was being rude. It was my volcano's fault. Oh no, he keeps getting in trouble for the same thing. The next day at school was my very important day. I had been waiting for about 126 weeks to be the student star of my class. This was my special moment. I got to share a poster with my class that had pictures of all my favorite things. I stood up in front of my class and began to tell them about the time I went fishing. Halfway through my story, Richard started to tell everyone about when he went deep-sea fishing in Mexico. His story must have been better than mine because everyone started to look at him. He was stealing my important words. "Richard," said my teacher, "you interrupted Louie. Please wait until he is finished talking and then he might call on you." I couldn't believe how rude that was of Richard. He interrupted me. That really made me angry. Oh no, now Louie's feeling like his friend is being kind of rude by interrupting him. Oh, I wonder what's going to happen. After talking about my fishing trip, I started to explain the x-ray of my broken arm. Just as I was getting to the good part, Courtney started to tell the class about when she broke her leg. "Courtney," said my teacher, "you just interrupted Louie. Please wait until he's finished talking, and then he might call on you." I couldn't believe how rude that was of Courtney. She started talking right during my 15 minutes of fame. She ruined my important words. She almost stole my moment. Has that ever happened to you when someone's interrupted you while you've been talking? How does that make you feel? Oh, yeah, me too. When I got home, I told my mom about rude Richard and rude Courtney. "Now you know how we feel when you interrupt us," said my mom. I never thought about that. I just get so excited and my words, they pop into my head. Then they slide down onto my tongue. My tummy starts to rumble and then it starts to grumble. My words begin to wiggle and then they do the jiggle. Then my tongue pushes all of my important words up against my teeth and I erupt. Words just explode out of my mouth. My mouth is a volcano. Well, maybe Richard and Courtney have volcanoes in their mouth too, my mom replied. I never thought about that. Look, in this picture, he's thinking about his friends. Like, maybe they're just like me. Well, son, the next time your important words are pushed into your teeth by your tongue, bite down hard and don't let them out. Take a deep breath and push your words out through your nose. Then, when it is your turn to talk, take a deep breath and breathe them back into your mouth. Will that work? I asked. Only if you make it work, said my mom. I love that idea that she says, kind of bite down, take a deep breath. That is such a good idea. We should try that. That night at the dinner table, my sister Sylvia was in the middle of her long girl stories when my important words began to slide down from my head and my volcano started to do its thing. Just as my tongue started to push my words out through my teeth, I bit down really hard. Then I breathed my words out through my nose. As soon as my sister finished talking, I took a deep breath and back in went the words. I was amazed that they had just hung around outside my mouth and didn't float away. Then I told my story and nobody got mad at me for erupting. Oh my goodness, I'm so proud of him. He did just what his mom said. He took a breath and he waited his turn. After that, I never erupted again. Well, except for that time Bill's bubblegum got stuck in his hair. But that was a real emergency. What a great story. I really love this story. It really reminds me that it's so important to be polite and have manners and wait your turn. You know what? I can totally relate to Louie in that story. I always feel like I have so many ideas and so many things I want to say. It's so important to wait your turn. So what should we do? What did she say in the story? Oh yes, now I remember. Bite down, take a deep breath, and then wait your turn. But you want to know something? This story also made me think about something. What if you have something to say and maybe two adults are talking and it actually is important, like someone might be in danger or something scary might be happening? Now that is a time to interrupt. So today I actually thought we could think of some ideas of when it's a good time to interrupt and when it's not a good time to interrupt. So here's what you need, just a paper and something to draw with, and I'll see you soon. So you should already have materials out that we got out earlier. Let me get out my blank piece of paper. Okay, first, I want you to get out your pencil or whatever you have to draw with, and we're just going to draw a volcano because then it'll remind us about the story we read. So I'm just going to draw a straight line at the top, and then it's going to kind of come down like this, and then it's going to close like that, and then you know how like a volcano has like stuff coming down and falling down and coming out and erupting. And you can always color it in. I'm just trying to be quick, so. Okay, then when you're done with your volcano, it'll look something like this. Okay, I'm gonna be up close for this part. So what I want you to do is just right in the middle, draw a line. Okay, and then on this side, let's draw a sad face. And on this side, draw a happy face. Okay, keep in mind I'm doing everything upside down, so I'm just trying my best. All right, so on this side, we're gonna, and also draw like a little tiny volcano. And this is gonna be the side we're gonna talk about and draw things that have to do with maybe a volcano mouth. And then this side is gonna be the side where we talk about things that are polite. And you can write that with me and you don't have to. All right. Okay. So now we've got our little chart. And you can draw along with me, or you could just listen and draw it later. You can always think of more ideas or more ideas after and share them with me. That would be awesome. So let's think. What if you were really wanting to say something and you were just talking over someone, like they were talking, and you're like, ah! Would that go on this side? Or would it go on this side? You're right, this side, because that would be bad manners if you did that. So let's just draw a little picture of somebody who's talking. Right, there's somebody, they're talking. And this person is sad because they were talking and this person interrupted them. How sad. Now, let's think of a polite way. What was your idea? Raise your hand. What side do you think that would go on? This one. You're right. Raising your hand. That's going to be my raised hand. If you raise your hand, that is a polite thing to do. Any other ideas for either side? Let's see. Oh, one popped up. Take a breath. What side would that go on? Is that a polite thing to do? Good manners? Or is it kind of like a volcano mouth type of thing to do? What do you think? Polite? I agree. So if you take a breath, so I'm just going to draw like, kind of like some waves, like the breath. Take a breath first. That is a polite thing to do. Great idea. Let's see. Whoa, there's another one. Wait your turn. What do you think? What side should that go on? This side or this side? You're right. Wait your turn. So look, I'll just draw like a little, it's like a little clock. So, you know, sometimes a clock you have to wait. So that's a polite thing to do. I'm sure you can think of many more ideas. Remember, if there is an emergency or something you really need to say, that would be a time to interrupt. But if it's not a time to interrupt, make sure to always use your manners. Awesome job! Feel free to take as much time as you'd like for drawing, but that's all I've got time for today. And guess what? After today, I'm thinking I'm so excited to use my manners. And I will see you next time. La 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 learn. There's so much for everybody to do at Miss Kissinger's Corner.